Walter Harvey Bethel was born in DeSoto County on June 6, 1939. Walter was very active in FFA and in high school started a poultry business. The business became so successful he was named FFA's State Star Farmer. Because of his commitment to his operation, he asked his ag teacher to withdraw his nomination for the American Farmer degree, stating that if he had the fortune of winning, he couldn't spend a week in Kansas City away from the farm. In 1961, the Progressive Farmer magazine wrote a story about Walter and stated he went like a house on fire, building a laying house for 3,000 birds with money he had saved for college. At the age of 21, he had already increased to 30,000 birds, and at the time of Walter's death in 1990, he had 300,000 birds. The Florida Poultry Association named him Man of the Year in 1989.
I can remember when he was early on in business with my dad. He was a serviceman for the pullet farms, and any day somebody was off, or a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever, and the work needed to be done, here come Walter to get the work done, and be sure that it was done right.
Walter quickly diversified his ag operations to include watermelons, citrus, cattle, and sod. He also had a plant nursery and a partnership in a feed mill operation. Two of his companies, Bethel Farms and DeSoto Sod, are still family-owned and operated today. Walter was a well-respected businessman who was fair and honest. People seemed to gravitate towards his leadership.
When I was in high school, it was either the 9th or 10th grade, and Paul Hines was our ag teacher. And he called for parental involvement for something. I don't even remember what it was. I was 14, 15 years old, so I had other things on my mind probably. But anyway, my dad was always willing to participate, and he came to the meeting with me, and it was a room full of people. I don't remember the topic, but I do remember that it turned into a circus really quickly. There was a lot of strong feelings in the room, a lot of ground clutter, people talking in groups, and order was just not in the room at all. I was sitting about halfway up in the classroom. My dad was standing in the back. And I distinctively remember Mr. Hines pointing to the back of the room and said, "Walter has something to say." And if you remember the E.F. Hutton commercials, well, the room went silent. And Dad spoke. I don't remember what he said. I don't remember what the topic was, but he had command of the room. It was unbelievable how I realized at that moment what respect he had. And that was a telling day for me.
In 1958, Walter married Glenda Sue Gillenberg, and they had 4 children, Kim, Carla, Pam, and Walt. Near the time of his death, Walter began drafting a mission statement.
It was his mission statement that he began to write and left us, and I think symbolically now didn't get to finish because I think he wanted his kids to finish it. I don't think he actually could at the time because he was getting ill. I know he spent a lot of time writing it and getting the right words in. In fact, that's a draft. I mean, you even see in it where he scratched something out and added a word, but he never put his signature on it, so you know he didn't finish it. But I think he left that to us to continue on to finish his children, his grandchildren, continue that legacy. The other item he left was the "Together We Can Do Anything" illustration, and he pulled that out a lot and would show that to people, and I think employees, to his kids, and show them that we don't need to butt heads. We can work together to achieve our goals.
Although Walter passed in 1990, you can still hear people in the community talk about him and what a smart man he was. He was active with the county fair and served as a county commissioner.
He really enjoyed being from DeSoto County. He was a small town guy.
He promoted agriculture in this county all the time. He was an ag guy, and he proved it. He worked it. He loved it.
For all these reasons, we are honored to recognize Walter "Butch" Bethel as a 2013 DeSoto County AgFest legend.